Okay. Okay. So yesterday we saw some, that the workflow part, and we saw the designer how to design a workflow,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So yeah, I will give you some interview questions on that. I mean,
Okay.
also meanwhile just check that PPT if you have any doubt, or check the recording as well.
Okay.
So yeah, so then we can take further. Meanwhile, I'm just giving you one another thing regarding how to create package,
Okay.
and there is a another tool, composer,
Okay.
right? And also see, for example, what happens, we created a workflow in one of the environment.
Great.
Let's say we have to deploy that workflow in another deployment, in another application, or in another environment like production or UAT or like this. See, we have a development environment always. We go and do the development there. I mean, this tool is always connected with. I mean, yesterday I saw you the process builder, that process where the we configured workflows, right? We design a workflow template. That tool is always gets connected with development environment only, where we design this workflow, right? Test it. Yesterday, what we did, we test it once the business. We see that it is
Whether the
full.
workflow is going to that particular person or it is in dormant state or queued status or not. So once the person can double click, then the task will be released. And
Yeah,
also, we are not designed like reject and all, I think. Maybe reject also you mentioned, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
reject we are not.
yeah. So uh, I can show you that how to. The design the reject. Okay. I mean,
Or more info required like that one text box or dialog box that reviewer and approver may write their comments. So for that also maybe during this the design
I
uh,
mean,
yeah.
okay. That that is based on the configuration that you cannot do this tool itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that you need to write a code for that. HTML or like this. Whatsoever triggering is that is through the code.
Okay.
You want to generate any dialog box, confirmation box, like this. That is based on the tool. Based on some particular development,
Okay.
right? Uh, okay, okay. So just do one thing. Give me one today's time more. I will set up a web top as well. So
No
rather,
problem, sir.
I was displaying you on DA. Yesterday I displayed you DA on DA. I will display you same thing on the web top. Web top is a one another tool. I think you
Yeah, you have already
yeah, yeah,
told in the Documentum products.
yeah.
So just stop
In
it.
a web top also. Uh, okay, let me see if I. Okay. Also, I will use show you this workflow and things in XCP as well. X,
Okay.
all right, in XCP, there's a more flexibility to design a workflow in XCP.
Okay.
So, but again, this dialogue and all depends on the language you are using. For example, if you're using a JSP and all, so by using a Angular JavaScript. JavaScript is one another
I
language.
heard that JavaScript and
JavaScript. That
PHP and
yeah, that is done by that.
by the front end developers.
Yeah, that's so same. The uh, this dialog box, confirmation box are a front end develop part of front end development.
Angular or some other.
Oh, right. So so let me show you the composer today. I mean,
Okay, no problem, sir.
composer is another
Tool.
important tool for the admin perspective.
Okay.
And one more thing, I would like to. Did you updated your resume for this Documentum things?
Not Not yet, sir, completely. I need to
I mean,
do
okay. So I mean, start, and even I start giving an interview, even admin kind of interview start giving.
that. Okay.
But I think you can, at least you should take part so that you judge yourself rather judging on your own. Let's judge by others, right? What
Correct.
they yeah, what they think for you, right? Because sometimes we underestimate ourselves on its own. That
First of all, I have a lot of fear in my mind.
I mean, again, that's what I'm saying, because sometimes we underestimate ourselves, that it's our fear only. But when you go and start giving interview, then you will find that you know a lot. You can answer a lot, because sometimes things are in our mind. We don't know what another person could ask, or you know
Right.
right. And second thing, uh, not only this training, after that, once you selected in any of Documentum project, or kind of, you can always ping me, always uh, I mean, take help for day to day work. For example, if you are stuck in somewhere and you need any kind of assistance, you all always welcome. Just like a friend, you can ping me, you can ask me, you got stuck, what should I can, and always I'll give you the suggestion,
Okay. Thank you,
right?
sir.
Yeah,
You
I
tell,
mean,
thank you for your immense support.
yeah,
Like this, no one will tell. Thank
right. So don't worry, because generally, the persons who has taken a training from me, they all are connected with me as well, even to, I mean, since I mean, it's been 3 4 years. Those person are connected, and sometimes they stuck, even you won't believe, I even help them, just having a screen sharing. I just write a such code like this, like that here, and gradually you understand. Once uh, you are in a project, that you understand more. I mean, b-
you. Correct, sir. Like a real time.
yeah, real time invite, yeah, learn you more, make you learn more.
Yeah, right, sir. Whatever issues we are seeing
Correct.
on a daily basis, that much we
Yeah.
can learn.
And secondly, don't fear that, because if any of the project where you would go, they initially provide the knowledge transfer, they provide a KT and all, right? So
Right.
they make you understand that this is the project, what you have to do. Second, you know the concept, because when he is delivering the KT, that time you can recall this thing. Okay, all have heard on, even that this during the training, and I mean, you can recall more. And
Okay.
second, you can utilize this knowledge. Again, I'm telling you, this this training will be beneficial for you if you go for the interview, or go for the project. Otherwise, it's kind of a wastage, because gradually you will start forgetting the things, right? Because we have a still we have a time. So even, I mean, if you go for the interview, even you can ask, they ask these questions in the interview, what could be the answer. So I can guide you that you should answer like this way, like that way. This is the like this way. I mean, I can help you for this clearing an interview. I mean, once you onboarded on the project, that and after that, you can you utilize these all skills.
Okay. Okay.
Mm. So start, I mean, schedule your interviews, go for, I mean, uh, maybe, I mean, you'll get a good chance and good. Okay, so give me a second, let me share my screen, then we start this composer. So first of all, how, so once you download composer, it looks like this. Let me see if I have any downloaded version. I mean, it give you in zip format, right? You download it from the open text site. It is zip format. I have unzipped it here in one of the place. So I have unzipped here this DCTM Composer R16.4 like this.
Okay.
So if I double click, it display Composer. If I double click, following folders are displayed. I mean, right. So one second. Now, how to connect this Composer with your content server? Because Composer is a one another tool.
Okay.
You'll download, and it is not. It is a kind of a portable tool, not an installable tool. Right?
Okay.
You can copy it anywhere and start using it.
Okay.
Right? One. How to configure Composer for your content server?
Okay.
Right? So, so how to configure? Click on the Composer folder.
Okay.
Right? It display you such kind of a folder hierarchy.
Okay.
In then there is a plugin. There is a plugin folder.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
In a plugin, click on the plugin. Again, it will display you folder hierarchy. There is a second folder. I mean this external DFC.
Okay.
Right? Double click on it. External DFC.
Okay.
Then there is a one another folder Documentum config.
Okay.
Double click on it. You will find dfc.property file.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you have just downloaded it, it will have a sample dfc.property file. What you need to do, you have to replace this dfc.property file from your content server.
Okay.
So in the content server, how would you get this dfc file? Go to the your content server machine.
Okay.
Right? Even if you remember, I told you that what is the folder is hierarchy of content server machine. Right? On on Documentum, there is a folder config. On the config, you find dfc.property. DFC always, I mean, in the installation folder, in a content, just go to the content server machine, right?
Yeah.
And go to the Documentum installation directory where the Documentum is installed. Correct?
Okay.
Just even let me give you the steps. How you, I mean, they may generally ask you, they may ask, I mean, the interview may ask you where you find the dfc.property.
Okay.
So go to the content server machine, right? On second, go to the Documentum folder or your Documentum installation directory. And third,
Config.
yeah, there is a config, and inside the config,
Yes.
dfc dot properties. Now, what is this dfc properties? I think we have. I told you,
Documentation foundation plan.
dfc dot property is a con
DevOps.
is a file that has a content server information. See, for example, you any client has to connect with the content server. How they would know where the content server is?
Okay. Okay.
Right? So every application knows the content server by the dfc.property.
So
Right? If you
one
select
more question.
sorry,
This is also one more question. Then
see this, it has a repository name, right? Dog broker name, dog broker host. Here you could write a IP address as well and the port number. If you remember, I think, I don't know, I think you missed, you might forgetting it. Very initial days I told you, I mean, I showed you this all things. Dog
okay.
broker,
We shared actually.
yeah, dog broker, Dog base we discussed, right? Dog broker, dog base, and all.
The dog broker is nothing but a connection between
Yeah,
the.
that's it. The connection. I mean, dog broker, nothing, just a connection. Is a connection broker kind of. I mean, it's a intermediate.
Immediate, and
Right.
also port will be used that from identification, or it will be as a connective medium media.
Media. So this is a server. Host is a server.
Host is a just a identification, like a
I
domain naming server, or sorry,
domain.
yeah,
Correct.
yeah, it's as
So
a
yeah. So here it is a address.
domain.
Right. So this file is a kind of a address file. You can place this file anywhere. That client application understand that they have to connect to this content server.
Okay, client activation where it okay.
Client means, see,
Yeah, system.
process build, process builder is a client,
Okay,
uh, composer is a client, uh, webtop is a client, because webtop access the content server, client who access the server.
okay,
Right, I mean, for example, ATM and bank, just understand this. So what is a client and server? Whether ATM is a bank, I mean, does ATM has all information of yours?
correct.
No, the ATM does not have any information.
ATM it just gives that identify user. It will identify the user when the user is inside.
Right, correct.
And
I mean,
also it
it
will
I yeah,
issue letters and give that money. Like it will understand that what I can say, the input and give that output after giving the password.
right. I mean, so you can say here's the bank and here's the ATM. ATM just connect with the server, find out your details whether you are an authenticated person or not. Once he validate it, then it transfer you money.
Right.
So ATM is a kind of a client who uses the facility of server. I mean, who uses, who is interact with the server. Right. For example, if I ask you just do the checkout app, check in the content server, can you do that? Because content server, though everything is processing by the content server, but content server itself no GUI kind of, so user cannot interact. Right. I mean, for example, see what the Java do. For example, if we write a Java, what the Java do? Java is a medium that send instructions to the processor.
Correct.
Right, I mean, how the computer work based on the instructions. I mean,
With the
you
binary code, it will work.
binary. So can you write a binary code and provide an instruction? No, I mean, it would be too much difficult for you, right?
Correct.
I mean, the writer, I mean, normal, if I ask you, write a Java code for adding two numbers, let's say. Similarly, if I ask you write a binary code to add the two numbers, so which would be easier for you?
Yeah, two
Java,
names.
Java code, right? Because
Yeah,
Java code is in plain English language, right? You can write easily. But binary code, you won't understand the binary code because it has a hexadecimal number and all, and right, it would be too difficult.
correct.
So similarity. So what we did, we find out a client or intermediate between the machine to the user, end user,
Mhm.
right? I mean, we find out a medium. So that medium, that intermediate, is called a client,
Mm. Okay, okay.
right? So similar to that, how every client know, I mean, that uh, which server it has to connect by the dfc dot property.
Okay.
Correct. What is the use of dfc dot property? Dfc dot property is a connection file,
Fine. Yeah.
yeah, that let the client know which content server it has to connect.
Okay, okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, now this. So we have to copy this dfc dot property file where, on the on composers plugin. I mean, just check out this path, composers plugin, and then external dfc.1.0, then documentum config, and here
Okay.
just replace this file,
Um,
whatever file it is, just replace it. If you look at here, I have a same file.
Sir, that one, this one I have posted in one group, but that may be the same only. One minute.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, tell me.
Yeah, 1 minute. Let me just uh, send one message. Is this the same or?
Yes, yes, it is the same dmc, I mean, dmcl ini configuration client with the full tracing, I mean. So nowadays we go for the dfc.property file.
Okay. Sir,
I
but
mean,
one question.
hmm,
INI represents the Java file or
no, no, ini is a again a configuration file. I mean, it's a configuration. Earlier we use ini file instead of properties.
okay, okay.
Later on, I mean, this ini file was used in approx, in 2007 and 8, like this. I mean, earlier that language was not, I mean, too much, things were not discovered. Even they were not used with the Documentum. So therefore, we had a ini file. Now ini file get converted into the properties file.
Okay, okay.
Both are the same. Concept is the same. I
Mhm.
mean, it's a kind of a configuration file. Basically it's a notepad file, you can say. I mean, just a text file. Just they change the extension from ini to properties. I mean, what happens? See, you are writing code. You know, you will follow your mechanism.
Right.
I mean, you'll say that you'll go with this way. You will put your nomenclature, right? And similarly, I am also writing but I will write a different nomenclature as per my organization. Are you getting my point? See, sometimes there is the same thing, but you call it by a different name. I call it by a different name.
Okay.
See, in the same, I mean, let's say one vegetable. You call it. I mean, in your language, you'll call it in
Bindi, I
different.
can call something ladies.
Yeah, I mean, let's say. I mean, you'll say lady finger. I will say different by different name, but the purpose is the same.
Right.
So similar to that, they are just giving a ini file because this is their standard of writing the configuration file that moment, that time. But
Okay.
nowadays we have a different method or different criteria to create a configuration file. So
Okay.
nowadays we follow the dot properties kind of, right? Earlier it was a ini file for a documentum. I'm just telling you in the documentum perspective,
Okay.
right? So both are the same thing. Even if you see, and if you see this file and your ini file, you'll notice the content is also same, almost same. See,
Okay.
let me give you almost, I mean, almost kind of same.
Okay.
We just check. Correct. See, dog broker, dog base is there like this. So it has, even also you have a host, port. I mean, the name, they have just changed the naming convention, but rest of the things are the same.
Okay.
So ini file is also a configuration file. Property file is also a configuration file. Nowadays, Documentum use dfc.properties file. Earlier versions, very earlier, it was using a ini. This what you name gave it to, server.ini and all like this. Correct. Now this dfc file, now second in the same. I think you mentioned one more question. I mean, what was the question? Can you read this? With full tracing, I mean, how to do the tracing. See, in my this these all are for the tracing. You can see this tracing, right?
okay,
Uh, you have to append this code to enable a tracing.
okay,
Right here it is a false, make it true, and add this location c dot, I mean directory. Just mention the directory name where the trace log will be. Start creating the trace log there.
okay,
So how to enable the tracing? After appending following commands,
okay,
right? So in case if interviewer asks you how to enable tracing in application, tracing means it start logging the logs.
okay,
For example, whatsoever you are doing or anyone is doing with the application, it start tracing the logs.
okay,
I mean, this user has logged in, he click on this folder, now he clicked on this folder, and he right click, he left click, he did left click, he did right click. Such kind of tracing, whatsoever the end user is doing, it start using from the backend,
yeah,
right? It so why we do the enable the tracing? Then it would easier to us the identify the issue root cause.
okay. It's a
So
kind of audit log kind of thing.
the audit trail is a different thing. Audit trail just internally taking audit of application.
Okay,
I mean, it is what the end user is doing.
okay, okay, okay,
I mean, where you navigated. I mean, for example, we log into DA, and let's say that tracing is enabled, and what we did, where we clicked, it it start capturing on it,
mm,
right? And the audit, what the audit do? Audit audit is in terms of quality. So for example, you are a quality, let's say you are a quality auditor. What
mm,
you want what the person did, or you want that what should be done specific to the process. For example, let me clarify here. So for example, you are an auditor, and you have some validation documents. So you will say whether they have captured or write everything as per the scope defined, as per the process defined by the organization, right? They will not take care what you did with the application. I mean, where you logged in, where you right click, where did you left click, or like this. They want that application should be up and running, and it should be working as per the process,
right,
correct? So that audit DM audit trail is used for that purpose.
okay,
It captures everything with respect to quality.
okay,
But this, the tracing captures with respect to the developer or administrator, to check the issue, to check the root cause.
okay,
For example, user is saying, I'm doing this, I'm not unable to fetch the documentum, or I'm unable to see the documentum, that particular document. Then you will check what user has done mistake, or what user has done, why it is not displaying you,
okay,
why that document is not displayed to user, right? So in terms of that, we have what? Tracing. We enable the tracing in the system. So everything is captured. Basically what the tracing do, or uh, I mean, developer writes a code, right? Write a code. Hello.
yeah, yeah, I can hear you. Sir.
Yeah, developer write a code. So in every line of a code, it prints the logs. I mean, it writes some logs so that we could identify that the our code is executed for up to this line, and up to this line, and up to this line.
Okay,
I mean, there is no error in the code. So it is just to trace the code. I mean, code level.
okay,
Tracing is a to trace the system at a code level.
okay,
But audit is not a code level. Audit is a process specific,
okay, okay.
right?
Got it.
Yeah. So how to enable a tracing? By following commands.
Okay. Here only for in prospect of developer or admin, so where the exact, I mean, the mistake happened, or sorry, where the exact line of code will identity or tracing of the coding or the system related thing at the backend, it will use that. what is root cause or something.
Exactly, root cause. I mean, it will, for example, see, for example, I mean, let's say, I mean, just giving you example. I mean, what kind of trace it? Let's say they defined a one integer variable I. Let's say,
Okay.
right, and now user is trying to enter a value ABC.
Okay.
Whether it will accept,
Mm,
right? It will not accept. It will throw error. But
yeah,
on the GUI level, we have not enabled that error. A user will complain that I'm trying to fill the ABC, but it is not taking the value. It is the form is not getting submitted.
correct.
So how would you know that? Because at the top level, at the GUI level, you did not do any kind of validation.
Mm,
So so you'll go the backend, right? Because code has thrown the error,
mm,
right? So you enable the trace, then you able to see that actually where's the mistake. I mean, by mistake, developer has mm, make this variable as an integer, define this variable as an integer. He should define this variable as a string.
yeah, okay.
Got it? What kind of mistake we can check with the tracing? So it is used for both of the person. I mean, whether we can say the admin and developer both, but generally mostly is used by the developer. I mean, but also in Documentum, admin plays a kind of sometimes as a developer role. You got right the answer of that. Tracing, how to see the tracing, what is the tracing, and how to see the tracing. Just add following line of the code in the dfc.property file. So you can say there are certain uh, commands are available for I mean, we have to add all those in the dfc.property file. Some tracing settings are available. We have to add those dfc in dfc.property file, and after that we can have a tracing enabled in the system. Got it? And tracing is the log files. It's kind of a logs that is generated uh, from the back at the backend at the particular where it got generated at this directory. See, these are the logs you can say. I mean,
Okay.
right on this dfc log da, it will generate at this location.
Mhm.
Even, I mean, here it is a dfc dfc log c. So so even if you see the tracing, I think we should have a scene dfc, this dfc log da. These are the tracing. Here automatically folder is created. Because why it is not capturing? Because here it is disabled, false, right? DFC tracing enabled, false. If I make it true, it will start capturing. If I make it true, uh, it start capturing. Right? You got my point, right?
Yeah.
Now, what I was saying. Okay. So similarly, that way we configure that file in the composer. I mean, copy that at particular location,
Okay.
and we go for the training.
You're saying that how to see the contents or like
How to see the content server?
yeah. So you just mentioned configuration after configuration DFC properties.
Right. I mean, you should have a credential. The admin team provide you credential, and you can directly. I'm logging in. See, I
Okay.
mean, right. You go and I mean, you will log in to the server, log in into that. How you log in your laptop.
Yeah.
Similarly, they will provide you the credential. You have to do the MSDS. I mean, this remote RDP. RDP. See, this remote desktop connection. Generally in Windows, even you can write RDP in your laptop. It will display you this. You'll have to click on it. Here you'll have to provide the IP address of content server. Let's say 10.10.10.10, right? And let me show you my one XCP 23. It is my I'll connect like see, it is starting and ask me username and password. If I write dm admin, see, like this way you can connect, right? I mean, it is showing you black screen because uh, it is just working on here. See, this has shown. It is slow because a lot more things are working in my machine. See, this we have connected. Same way you can log in. Correct? Here you can leave. I mean, you can connect through the RDP, taking a RDP session. Now, let me show you the composer where we were discussing this. Right? So now, let's say we have copied that property file. There is an option composer.exe and there is a dart deployer.exe. There is a two exe file in here, right? So we'll click on composer. It opens the Documentum composer. We'll create a package. Let's say the test. I mean, it's a workspace where every our code will be written. Workspace, the place where code gets written. And this is a composer. This is a tool that we call it composer. Now you have to click on the file, new, and then Documentum project. Right? Click next, finish. Right? Once you create a project, it's so like this. Everything. Right? We create. I mean, we have discussed this all thing in the DA jobs life cycle. We have to discuss method, module, this permission set, right?
Roles are
Procedures. You were asking that time how to create this procedure and all. Here we can create through the composer,
okay.
right? How to create? Right click, new. Right click, new. You can create, right? Right click, rules we can create. We can create type, right? So let's create a we can create a type and all. Now from here we'll see to how to create a life cycle, right? So here's the option life cycles, right? This option life cycle.
Yeah. Oh,
Click new life cycle. It will, I mean, open this life cycle. Artifact name, you can say legal life cycle, right? If I click a name, it open like this. I mean, it again, it's very easier. Here's option select connection normal state exception state. You can click, you can click, you can click. We define the three stages of document. It can be connected like this or like this. So let's say we have a three stages, right? New stages. Just click on the new state. It will open a one panel from downside. So right, and this legal states If you click here, you can mention the draft. Here you can mention the review, review state, and you can say effective, right? Like this. I mean, this is a design of life cycle.
What is exception states? What is it?
Yeah, that's I'm telling you. Just give me a second.
Mm.
See, for example, there is a document, and let's say reviewer rejected that document.
Okay.
So that time, do you want to send that document? I mean, what you want to? I mean, if any document get rejected, then I
It will
mean, document is rejected. Let's say, I mean, user has rejected the document. So what you call it? I mean, I mean, until that document re-verified, that is suspended kind of, right? Let's say you have a change request, right? And change request isn't reviewed. I mean, user, I mean, initially the user has created a change request. It become, I mean, the change request is in draft state. I mean, until it is not reviewed.
okay.
Let's say reviewer review that change request, right? And he finds some issues and he rejected it. So that particular state, the temporary suspension state, is called a rejected. I mean, are called a you know uh, exceptional state. On exception, the document is in exception state. I mean,
Okay.
it is not in
Normal way. Normal flow.
normal flow. Correct,
Yeah.
because it is rejected until the person who has created, until he review and make a correction, this will not come into the normal flow. So rejected document can come a normal flow once the and the particular person, the user, make those commented changed, I mean update the document and resend the document. So if he has to resend the document to review, what he has to do, he has to review, I mean complete all those changes made, make all those corrections done, and then again, I mean once that corrections are done, then this document status become a draft until this document will be suspended.
Okay.
Please give me a second. I mean, Also, I mean, I hope you have a LinkedIn profile, right? LinkedIn.
Yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
even you can search jobs at LinkedIn, and has Documentum by like this, and start applying on it Documentum and change your CV accordingly. So because it's a high time nowadays, so much demand is going on. Utilize this moment again. I mean, I can say you like this. Utilize this moment, and I mean, it's a high time to grow yourself. Otherwise, because such times are very less where the Documentum openings comes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Right. So because why I'm asking, see, Documentum, I mean, even I had a one requirement call. I mean, they were looking for a candidate and asking this. So every day I get a call, and like this. Even uh, you know uh, we have a, I mean, they were asking one candidate for XCP, and they are uh, ready to give them 2.5 lakh per month. I mean, such kind of packages they are agreed to pay, but they were not getting any kind of I mean, the persons. Uh, so you can say, I mean, see, such kind of a scope nowadays. I mean, you're getting, and if you have a no location constant, then you can move outside. Or
Yeah, I will try. I will.
yeah, even Dubai has a more, I mean, this UAE, and here are a lot more projects. And even Deba, I don't know whether you have just sent them back your profile or not.
No, no, no. That time you have.
Yeah, I told you that not join, do not join the organization, but give an interview at least.
Interview. Okay, okay, okay. You meant to say interview. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, let them say that we do not hire you, but definitely nobody will say you. I make you sure nobody will say you that I will not hire you, because nowadays the persons are not there in the market, but the openings are huge.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so it is a kind of temporary suspension. So I mean, we can like this. I mean, once this review reject, and it will back to the draft, right? One, I mean, it will directive. I mean, so I told you that a life cycle is always be linear, right? First the document will be draft, then it can go for review. If it get rejected, it always will go for here, and again it will back to the draft automatically by the system. You do not need to do, or any end user do not do anything. Automatically life, see, we are, I mean, uh, I mean, let make you one example. We are a humans, right? So God has defined the states of in human life. Let's say first child, then you can say younger, I mean, child, young, and then old. I mean, let's say there are three stages. Do we have any kind of handling? We can make any, I mean, we can make any child stop always to be a young. I mean, to be a young. I mean, is
No,
it possible to hold one state always? No, right?
mm,
I mean, every child who is
yeah. So,
child, he will always be a young automatically.
yes, yes.
I mean, we do not have a control. We cannot control him. To pass these states, similar to the Documentum. Here, I have defined a life cycle. So, any document that will follow this life cycle, he always automatically has to go by these situations.
Okay.
I mean, it is not like the document. I mean, I will make the document draft. I will make myself the document review. No, automatically once the draft document fulfill the review criteria, automatically it become a review.
Okay.
Automatically it become effective once. I mean, so based on the workflow, once the user approve it or whatsoever it done, based on the criteria, it automatically become effective. If I document gets rejected, always it has to go by a draft. It doesn't mean that change certain things and again it went back to the reviewer. No,
okay,
it has to go to the draft and then follow the same sequence.
okay,
Now, what are the entry criteria? I mean, I'm saying, right, I mean, they has to fulfill the condition. So condition means the entry condition,
okay,
whether, I mean, when a document can come to the review state,
okay.
right? When we can say that this child is young now, I mean, if he has a certain age,
Yes.
if he has certain maturity,
Example 0 to 5 means that
yeah, I mean, then
age.
we call it, I mean, these are the entry criteria for. So similarly, here you can see the entry criteria. I
Mm,
mean, the entry conditions.
okay,
Document can come to the review or effective once he has to fulfill the entry criteria. So we can define the entry criteria here,
mm,
right? Here are the entry criteria. What entry criteria we can define? So, I mean, let's say for the draft. Sorry, I mean, just give me a second. For say for the review, we can define entry criteria. Oh, sorry, I have to select. Let's say legal doc.
that field is disabled, I guess, no?
Yeah, I don't know why it's not displaying. Okay, so let me actions. I'll show you that why. Maybe after the actions it can add. I don't know why it's not displaying. I mean, entry criteria is also like a same. I mean, basically in Documentum we play with the metadata. So entry criteria that this value should be done. I mean, owner name should be Krishna. Then document. I mean, or of. I mean, let's say the it should review by HR person. I mean, this man XYZ. So the approver should be XYZ. Then it can come to the reviewer like this. So, like this, I mean, we can add, I mean, see attribute name, and that particular index if it is of repeating attribute and that particular attribute value. But again, it should have the entry criteria enable. Okay, anyway, I will check. I mean, why it is not displaying. So let's say assume that this we one life cycle we have created, right, in the composer. It is just created in a composer only.
Okay.
It's so far it is not deploy deployed on to this on the server and like this.
Okay.
Now how to deploy? Just I mean things only created at the this. So how to deploy? You can go to the file and
Export. Export.
export knowledge. There's an, I mean, you can right click. Sorry, you can select and right click. Here's the option: install Documentum project. Right, click on install. See, it asks you this for installation. Select the repository name.
Okay.
Put credential. Right, login. Once you log in, it take little time and you know and after that by clicking this next and finish it will installed. So generally I mean again and second thing, while working with the Documentum you should be a patience enough, or you should be have a lot more patience,
Okay.
because the Documentum application as comparison to other application are slow.
Okay.
I mean right now everything is in my environment, that why it is little faster. But on the server, because your some server your would be in somewhere some location, a user would be in some other locations, right? So
Sir, uh, okay. Okay. Sir, any examples of servers in real time, like any names of the server you have used for installing?
server installation.
Means usually what are all the servers name which can be used in the corporate organization.
Okay. uh, how would I tell him?
Server which
Actually thing is that I mean nowadays everything I mean we do
cloud only we are doing, but
right.
instead of cloud, if few companies they are not yet migrated, in that case,
Yeah, I mean server I mean I mean if you go for the Windows server, we have a Windows 2016. We have generally we have a Windows 2012 server x64. The name of the server is x64, uh, where we can install a content server. We have a Windows 2012, 12. We have a Windows 2016. These all are the Windows 3 server that is supported by the Documentum content server. Next, Red Hat Linux 6.4 RHEL. That is the one of the Linux platform that is supported by the content server. Next is Solaris. There is a one Solaris server. Solaris is a server that is supported by the Documentum. I mean, and I mean only few servers they are supported by the content server. It is not like that we can install content server anywhere.
oh, okay, okay, okay,
We need a specific server along with the version. So
okay,
if I say 6.4, then we need a 6.4 only.
oh, okay, okay,
We cannot install in 5.8 or 6.5 like this.
oh, okay,
If we install it and if we get any error, then OpenText will not support that. I mean, as per the license agreement, they will not going to support it. They will ask you to install in six. I mean, that supported version only.
okay, okay,
So this person needs to be take care here, Before installing, he should check as a prerequisite whether that operating system is supported, whether the database is supported. I mean, they only should take that operating system and the database that are the supported one. C- Correct. So
So like Windows also will give the servers. Like I can say that I when I heard that news, it is like operating systems only. So they are only giving the servers.
yeah. So
But
uh,
it's operating system.
yeah, these all are the operating system. Correct.
So they
But
are only giving the servers.
in cloud, what they provide, you do not need to purchase these operating system.
Okay.
Just everything is available on cloud. I mean, already, I mean, whatsoever operating system you want, just select in drop down, automatically the cloud will create it for you.
Oh, okay.
Let's say I need a Linux, so there is a form at the cloud. So I at the drop down they will ask me which operating system you want. At the drop down it will be listed out all those operating system. I'll select that one what I want. Then again there would be a drop down. It will ask me how much RAM do you require. So on the drop down I'll select 64 GB, let's say. The 60, I mean earlier days what was happening, we have to procure all the server on its own. I mean we have to purchase a hardware as you purchase a laptop, your computer lap, right? Same way we have to purchase a computer and hardware earlier as well. I mean earlier the company purchased, but the cloud remove these all things. You do not need to purchase anything. I mean, for example, you need a computer. On the computer, I mean, let's say you are going to purchase a computer, so you need a CPU and all, right?
Okay.
uh, right, let's say you have a requirement that you need a CPU having a 10 GB of RAM with 200 GB of space,
Okay.
right? Like this, let's say. Now, and third, you need your space in your house as well, because where you will keep that, you'll keep some, you'll also need some space, right? But what the cloud has changed now, just log in your laptop, go to the cloud, the same space you can log in. Just take a RDS remote. What I did, type is this RTS or RDP. Just take a remote session and you can access this with this all what I've said you. I mean with that all configuration, the things are available. So you do not need to procure anything at your home. Everything is procured by there. I mean that is on cloud. I mean that is on air. Everything is on sky. You can take it. What is required from you, just you should have a good internet connection only. That is that.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
mean,
main thing.
yeah, because everything is available remotely. You can just connect with the same configuration of machine. Are you getting my point, what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I got it.
So this is the way cloud has just changed everything. You do not need to purchase any software. Any software no need to purchase. Just everything is there in the cloud. Just provide them their configuration. You want such kind of a machine, they will install, they will make you available that kind of configuration for you, right? And again you have to pay as per use basis. For example, you are for example, you have to work only 2 hours a day. You need 2 hours a day only that machine. So and after the 2 hours you do not require that. I mean because your business, let's say your business 9 to 5, after that business does not access your system. So you can ask them, just shut down with this time. We only want a machine or server during this time only. So you have to pay only till that time. for example, they are charging 1 hour, let's say 100 rupees for a hour basis. So 9 to 5, it's, let's say it's 8 hour, then you have to pay 8 into a hundred, only 800 rupees.
We are renting for a hotel or any travel. So, or one day we are paying the same way. We are taking that server
Hmm.
type basis and we are paying.
Yeah, that's what. So how the things are getting changed entirely from, and even they are getting changed every day. Technology is getting changed every day, day by day. I mean, earlier we have to procure, I mean, I don't know whether you have seen, I mean, earlier the servers, I mean, the companies has to have their uh, uh, what we call, they have their server rooms, big machines were there, big servers were there.
Server rooms will be there, and also once the data and lost or something,
Yeah, hard disk and all.
hard disk crashes and all happen, then
Yeah,
again
yeah, nowadays everything is gone, man. I mean, everything is, there is no use of like
yeah,
this.
any incidents of fire or something.
So yeah, even I mean, cloud is also a nowadays a good option for that. I mean, if you know the cloud along with the Documentum, Salesforce along with Documentum.
Yeah,
I'm also having experience in Salesforce as well. So Salesforce is also a one better solution.
yeah, I have heard, but 2016 or 15 up to that there are huge demand, but right now I'm not sure whether demand is there or not.
I mean, nowadays I think Hughes as well. I mean, because Salesforce. I mean, that time Salesforce not specific to the cloud.
Yeah,
Nowadays Salesforce is again attached with the cloud itself. So there is a Salesforce cloud nowadays. I mean, another terminology has been changed with Salesforce cloud, kind of.
okay, okay. That time they have given that passports to foreign countries also. 2015.
Right, correct. I mean,
This time now, again, the Salesforce it will be depending on Java only. But admin task may be not required coding, but it may require that OOPS concept. I feel.
yes, of course. I mean, that has a different coding style.
Yeah. Yes.
So, do you do you have any on-site experience? Have you ever been to anywhere?
No, no. As of now, no.
Okay.
I have because I'm telling I'm working in pharma only, but I usually we won't get that such opportunity until
What you
job
say? I
in
mean,
pharma.
but if I should say that mostly the pharma industry has an on-site opportunity because they have to work more in secure environment.
Correct, correct.
So that's why I think.
Indian companies only I have worked with, so I didn't get chance. So last year I have attended one of the company, but
Uh-huh.
unfortunately I haven't got any offer letter. Means they preferred for the Saudi Arabians only. So last March I have given interview.
Okay.
Last year March, like
So
COVID time.
even nowadays, you might have heard of Viva Bolt.
Okay, okay.
Viva Bolt is also a one kind of pharma industries are they are going for that. Actually, the thing is that Documentum is too much costlier than other,
Right, right. Okay,
and recently they have start moving towards the cloud. I mean, they have a pact with the Google Cloud,
okay.
and they have transformed their whole infrastructure in the cloud. I mean, this year is specific onwards. I mean, you can say.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, I
this
have gone through that. Some few basics like cloud certified associate means no coding required. Once you go
right.
to that practitioner, no, again any one of the language is required, either DevOps, Java, or something. Otherwise, not able to do that next stage like certification. No. So that is like AWS 55% and Azure 30 and the cloud is 5 to 10.
Mhm.
Market leaders and all is there.
Okay, so no problem. Stay connected. I mean, I'll share you some of pharma related things if I anything come to me, and definitely I'll share with you because you have a sound knowledge and of I should say pharmaceutical domain.
Yes, yes.
I mean,
Domain is enough.
domain knowledge you have a lot. So the companies require that kind of things, because the persons, I mean, what is a good with you and what is a bad with other. I mean, I'm telling you what the positive inside you, why the company will go for you, because you have a domain knowledge. I mean, you know the, I mean, if I say, you know, it's a category 1 document, category 2 document, category 3 document, you will understand this, right? What is a category document? I mean, if I, same thing, if I say the normal person who is a documentum, well versed in documentum, will he understand this term? No, he will not understand. So you know this terminology as well as the documentum, both, right? Though you are less in documentum, but they require more who know the documentum but know the functional as well. Because, for example, if I'm trying to develop anything, if I don't know the functionally, how could I develop this in a better way, right? And nowadays, second, I told you, nowadays mostly the projects are the maintenance projects. I mean, especially in pharmaceutical industry, because there are no new companies are there, right? If you call it, all the companies are there, they are in past 10, 20 years, most of the companies, no such a new company they are going to. So they have the solution, all these solutions from previously, I mean, they're using. No, even no one want to invest such kind of money for implementing a new solution. So therefore, you have a functional knowledge, technical knowledge already you have, then you are a best fit for them, especially for uh, this pharmaceutical industry. You know the GXP, what is the GXP protocols, what you have to do, how they work. I mean, I hope you have got how to do the UAT. You have to make a signature and all, right? I think you are doing this all.
Yes, yes. I have done for the validation.
Yes, correct. I mean, because you have done, that's why you know, right? I mean, this is the testing procedure of any software.
Yes, yes.
But does anyone know? I mean, he would not, he doesn't know, right? Because so that's why, I mean, this is the best for you with the, I mean, for the industry, because pharma is a one complex domain. They easily do not give a chance for fresher or a few newcomers.
Correct, correct. They are always ask experience.
Always ask experienced person, even experience in the particular domain itself. So this is the best. So that's why I ask you, just go for the interviews and okay. So this is the way you log in and click and it get saved. This is the one way. Second way, I mean, because sometimes if you do not have a access of system, then what you need to do, you have to create a package.
Okay, okay.
So let's say, I mean, right now I am directly scrolling from here. But what if I do not have a direct access of server? I mean, this content server, or I do not have a credential, because I told you production has access does not provide it to the developer.
Correct, correct.
So in that case, what will you do? You will create a package and provide to the different team who has the access, right? You will say them just deploy this package into the. So how to create a package? So just we need to change the perspective. But so I'll click on the navigator from here. There is a navigator here. Navigator. If I click on the navigator, see, earlier it was showing like this. If I click on navigator, it start displaying the three folders here, right? So one is a core, second is a this. Basically, our package is this Documentum project. See, Documentum project, Documentum project. Here's a there's a bin dar. So what you need to do? Go to the project, click on clean, click on clean all project.
Okay.
right? It will generate dar file, this dar file with the
Mm.
same on the project name, like this. So you can
Yeah,
copy this.
means
Sorry,
that means document to market.
yeah, this is the installable file. I mean, package, basically you can say deployable package. You select it, copy it, copy it some location. Let's say, I mean, on the training. Let's say we have a in this, paste it. Right, here's a dar file. Just provide this dar file to the person. Just deploy this tar file. Now, what he will do to deploy? I mean, what is the deployment process? That person will also have a composer, right? He will also have a composer. That composer would be connected with a production environment. So what he'll do, he will click on this composer, and composer same way. Here's a dar deployer. If you see the dar deployer,
Okay.
he will click on the dar deployer. You clicked composer, right? Now the person will click on the dar deployer. Here's the option dar. He will browse the dar, right? This is a dar, right? Even we put in Krishna folder, right? Of drive, right? This is a dar, but we select like this, right? Try to connect the repository by just clicking connect. So repository will be connected. I mean, it takes time. Once it connected, there's an option to install. I mean, he has to follow dm admin, and he can install. It is installed like this. That's it. He will do this thing. So this is the installation of the package, right? I showed you how to create a package and how to deploy the package,
Great.
right? I mean, here's the error. I mean, this connection broker dfc.property file is something has an issue. So this way it throw the error. I mean, when we have to create a, I mean, here error occurred, we have to correct this error, and then we can reinstall it. But this is the process, correct? You got right how to deploy. So how to deploy the package? I mean, again, how to deploy the package
Composite to okay.
using a dar deployer. How to create a package using composer. So what is a package? Just create a dar file using a composer and deploy using a dar deployer.
Sorry, sir. I got confused. Composer is to
Create a package.
okay. Dar file is
Dar deployer is to deploy that package into the environment.
okay. Got it. Got it. The name itself is
Yeah, composer and dar deployer, correct? So this is the role of composer in Documentum.
so, okay. Means we can do this life cycle as well, and also the workflow is different, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, see, yesterday we created a one workflow, right? Now, even we cannot design, but we can capture the workflow. I mean, see, yesterday we created a workflow. Now we have to give this workflow to the production team to deploy in a production environment. So what we'll do, we'll select. Here's a process. Somewhere it is written a process. Can you see?
Method is there.
Business process.
Business process. BPM
Yeah, BPM. Where it is written?
third one.
Yeah, this business process manager. So what we here, I mean, what you have to do, because that workflow is already installed there, already there in the repository, right? I show you that our object ID of the process like this. So what you need to do, you need to click on the import and import Documentum artifact from the repository. Right. Just put a DM admin DM RPC error server communication failure. Okay. Give me a second. Actually, we did some. Okay, I need to do something. I need to reboot the machine because I made some changes in the server, so that's why it is just.
Yeah, then we'll continue tomorrow then.
Yeah, yeah,
Is it okay?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can read.
Reboot the machine and all because I'm continuously working some development project, so you know it requires to continuous restart, and because I made some changes and all. Okay, anyway, we'll continue tomorrow and I'll show you this the remaining part.
Continuation section.
Okay.
We can.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, one thing.
Uh, yeah,
Birla Soft is good or
sorry.
Birla Soft company?
Birla Soft is a good
This
are
is
you
like API to Birla Soft.
Birla Soft is also a good, I mean it's the same nature company. It's a good one, I mean. But but I think is it in Bangalore as well? Do they have a branch in Bangalore?
Means that KPIT you heard, I guess. KPIT company.
KPIT, yes, KPMG I have heard, and the KPIT. I mean, are you? I mean, asking for the payroll of
Work culture or something like how.
Birla Soft work culture is a good. I mean, I haven't heard about the KPIT,
Okay.
but the Birla Soft is almost same. I mean, as per the every IT company. I mean, apart from Sapient, I think it's the same. Everything is the same. Sapient has some uh, tight
Work.
uh, work pressure. I mean, they have a high work pressure, but they give more as well. I mean, they compensate more, but demand more as well.
Maybe like Accenture.
Yeah, similarly, yeah, yeah, Accenture as well. I mean, it's kind of Accenture as well. But so I mean, in terms of TCS and SCL, they do not give more, even they do not
But
demand more.
absolutely yes, something on that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. No problem. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Krishna. Thanks for joining session. Bye.
Bye.